the Total Utter BOLLOX podcast, presented by your hosts, the Havana Gentlemen, otherwise known as Jack and George. Don't know where that came from, to be honest.
From your filthy gutter of a mind.
Oh, I know, it's terrible. I had a right route round there. Bloody stinks.
Awful. Anyway, welcome back to the podcast, episode 6.
Right, that was a shambles, let's be honest.
It's 6 episodes, though.
Try this, because I've been practicing.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the podcast known as the Total Utter BOLLOX podcast with myself, Jack, and with yours truly, Wankbeard, along with me.
That's me.
Well, that's me.
There needs to be an explicit sort of warning. Some people may absolutely just whoosh down below from that intro to the podcast.
Yeah, well, you're editing it, so you can put a little warning. The following stunts may include
scenes of eroticism.
Eroticism? Is that a word in the dictionary? It is now.
It is now.
Well, George.
Yeah?
My good
You
friend.
right?
How have you been this week?
I've had a lovely week. I had a lovely weekend.
Oh, yeah, you went on holiday, didn't you?
I went to Hollybobs. It was really nice. It was around the New Forest area.
Lovely part of the country.
Which I love the New Forest, and I will move there one day.
To anyone who doesn't know, probably in America you would have never heard of it, the New Forest is an area with, just forests, really, isn't it?
It's just a lovely area.
It's just a nice area, lakes, it's quaint, it's just nice.
It was lovely, to go on walks, and also it's near Bournemouth, so we went down on the beach one day.
Yeah,
it was just nice for Barney.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's absolutely spot on. I mean, I've got great experience with the New Forest because that is where my humidor came from. So
I got my motorbike from the New Forest as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I rode it back.
Well, Will did. I didn't.
Ah, right.
I didn't have my.
I didn't know
that. I could have, but I wasn't very confident. It'd been a while since I'd done my CBT, so I was like, you can ride it back, Will. Thank you.
I wasn't very confident.
It's been a while.
Has yours expired yet?
No. It's soon.
Now, on the topic of vehicles, I just thought I'd bring this up now. It's not part of the podcast, but I thought I'd bring it up because I had a great idea earlier. You know that we had the idea of having a van to film in? Having a van, kitting it out like a camper van, but it's purely a studio, a recording studio for our videos, because when we smoke, fair enough to both of them, I can't imagine neither of our partners, who don't obviously smoke pipes and cigars, would like the smell of smoke in their house, right?
Well, I do it in my room.
Yeah, but then there's a part of it I feel a bit bad, because then Steph's got to smell it, and pipes are alright, but cigars are a pretty horrible smell.
I don't feel bad.
Oh, well, pretend that she is, because then it gives an excuse for us to buy a van, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We invest in a big, Sprinter type van, right?
Sprinter. I know
Gets it out. There's always
I'm
that.
familiar with them.
Wood panel it, make it into a studio, put a little carpet, 2 wingback chairs in. Nice and easy. But I had another thought as well. Partly because I've always wanted to do this since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to own a Range Rover.
A Range Rover?
Now, a part of me thought it'd be really cool to get a Range Rover, right? An older one that's pretty cheap and clapped out because it's only going to sit on the drive, right? We put a green screen in the rear window, right?
Yeah.
The back 2 seats are our filming seats. The driver's and the passenger seat go as far forward as they can. In the middle, we have tripods and lights. And the Range Rover is our smoking lounge.
I don't think a Range Rover is big. I don't think a Range Rover is big enough.
They're quite big.
I don't think it would be big enough, though.
Well, how big does it need to be to smoke some cigars?
Massive.
We got a centre compartment. What do you mean massive?
It has to be basically like a.
What do you sprawl out and do snowmen, like just moving your
Yeah.
legs and arms
With all
around.
the ash that's on the floor, I should be able to do snowmen. Ash snowmen. Ashman. I should be able to do ash angels on the floor. Thank you very much.
Ash Angels.
And make my little ash snow
That could be
ashman.
the name of our bike club, the Ash Angels.
The ash angels. I like that. I like it.
Good, isn't it? I like
I'd
that.
have it.
Should we do that?
Should we start up a biker club?
But I just
Biking
thought
club.
either having a Range Rover for us to film in or having a van would just be a great studio. It'd be a great set of videos, setting it up. It would just be a laugh, wouldn't it? A bloody good laugh.
They're quite expensive, mind.
What?
Range Rovers.
No, you just get an old clapped out one for 500 quid.
But you got a drivable one, though.
Well, maybe £1,000 then.
Because they have to, you have to be able to get it to wherever we want to go.
But how often are we going to need to go somewhere?
Very often.
No, but that's the idea of having the green screen in the rear window. We can then dub in any sort of driving background we want. We could be in America one day, Tokyo another, just smoking and pretending that we're being driven around.
And everyone's thinking, well, they're doing a lot of miles.
Just add some little like beep beep like sound effects in the background and just hey ho, jobs are good.
2005 one for £2,000.
Want it cheaper than that?
Well, it's a bit hard.
Why don't we have it where someone who's got a van, an old one, or an old Range Rover, or something along those lines,
just gives it to us?
Yeah, if you can give it to us, then you'll be a part of podcasting and YouTube history.
You'll be part of history, British history.
British history. Imagine if someone actually sent us all of a sudden on my drive one morning. There was just a Range Rover, just with the keys. Here you go.
Ooh, how convenient.
Oh, well, that's all right, isn't it?
Let's solve that then. Nice easy.
Solve that. And then what happened to your worries about it not being big enough? It'd be all right. We'll figure out a way.
So it's for free. If it's for free, we'll figure out a way.
But I just thought maybe it's probably more the van idea. I just thought it would be great. Don't you?
No, it would be nice. I would like it. I would like it roadworthy as well, though.
Oh, I know. It would be nice because then we could go around like to somewhere nice.
Around everywhere. But anyway, we won't. Well, we say to drive it around, but we won't be able to fucking afford it anyway because it costs about £1 million to fill up a Range Rover, and the price of fuel is like £1 million. So, you know,
per litre. So
per litre, per milliliter.
Yeah, but I mean, I could probably get to yours and back on the tank.
I don't know. Probably
it's only 10 minutes away, if that.
Poor.
It's probably going to cost about $10 worth of fuel.
That's a lot of fuel.
They are such wasteful cars, aren't they? They really are.
It's ridiculous. Did you see the BP garage in Trowbridge?
Oh, £2 almost, isn't it, for diesel?
Well, it's $1.99, but now they've put it back down to $1.87. Absolutely ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Bunch of bastards. Anyway. It is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Oh.
I know that's annoyed you and it's annoyed me, which brings me on to the next point.
Ooh.
George, what's annoyed you this week? Go on.
Do
you want some time to think?
The fuel prices. No, it's oh god, I can't. It's gonna go all the way to like £3 and beyond. It will. It's
gonna be ridiculous
because the very helpful government won't do fuck all.
Maybe we'll all transfer and go to steam trains.
You know what that bit? I tell you what, that's what fucking annoyed me. Some clueless, absolutely stupid. I'm pretty sure it was an MP. Said, "Oh, well, why don't we all go to electric vehicles?" Are you fucking stupid? Who the fuck has the money to spend like 30 grand on a brand new electric
Me and
car?
Rosie were talking about this and why there is no incentive in buying an electric vehicle. Absolutely none.
You get some money off of it from the government as like a whatever. I can't remember what it is now, but it's less than what it was. But it's just what a clueless, stupid, idiotic thing to say with all the stuff that's going on currently, and just go, "Oh, why don't we get an electric car then?" Idiots.
It's just
idiots.
I mean, when I bought my truck, it was, I believe, about...
Stop! It's not a truck!
It is a truck. It's got roof racks. It's about 7 foot tall. It's a truck.
It's not
It is a truck, mate.
It's not a truck.
It's 3 tons.
So
it's a truck.
Now, if any of the audience would like to look up a Dacia, that's it, a Dacia Duster, and please let us know whether or not you think that is a truck or just and in the colour of poo. Don't forget that, the colour of poo.
Chestnut.
Poo. A
chestnut.
Yeah, and what colour is poo?
You don't even know the colour of your car. It's such a stupid light baby blue. I'll tell you what, your user's manual, right, and Mitsubishi's website disagree on the colour. It's that obscure.
It's blue. Anyway.
It's not blue.
But if anyone, if everyone would like to go look up a Dacia Duster and go, is that a truck? And they go, obviously not. Please do let us know.
If the colour blue, right, was a person, and it ate white and had horrible diarrhea and shat out a colour like that, that is the colour of your car.
That's the colour of my car. I changed the battery of my keys on my car.
Oh, did you?
Car. Yeah, I was very accomplished. I felt great. I thought, I fixed every problem on my car now.
Mechanic.
I am a mechanic.
It's like that meme with a picture of like 2 young guys, like teenagers, with the boot open of one of the cars, and it's like when your mate like gets to first passes his test and thinks he knows everything about cars, and it's just him going, "Yep, that's the engine."
Yeah,
it's so perfect.
That's good.
Now, can I tell you what's annoyed me today?
Please,
I've had a fantastic week.
Go on.
I've had a great week, but today I had about 23 minutes to be exactly, which did annoy me.
Yes.
And it's in one simple word. And please, people that do this for a profession, don't be annoyed by me idiocy. I just have a mind which just cannot cope with this type of labour, and it is painting.
Painting?
Painting, as in like painting the walls.
Yeah. Oh, you don't like painting?
I fucking loathe painting. I loathe it with every ounce of my fucking body.
What have you been painting this week?
The hallway.
Is what, by the door?
Yes, you know how big my hallway is. It's what, 2 meters by 2 meters? Right?
Ish, yeah.
Maybe a bit more. Oh, fucking mate. I'm doing it. I'm going up and down, yeah. And I'm just thinking, why the fuck am I doing this? Right, this is what happened. I was stood on the chair doing the higher bits, and outside the kitchen window, which I could just about see, there was a cat going by my car, right? Just wandering around, just stroking itself up against things, being generally quite annoying. Usually I get them to move on. Not in an aggressive way, but just go on, shoo. And I was just stood there
and you
watching it.
The cat.
That cat now is albino.
Jack, why are there a load of blue cats in the neighbourhood? I don't know, nothing to do with me.
And their legs hardly move because they're all dried and crusty.
It's where you've been using the cats to paint the wall. Jack, why are there loads of hairs in the paint? Oh, I don't know.
Jack, you have to feed the wall I-ams. I was stood there watching this cat, and I was just stood there watching it, and I realised, fucking hell, 2.5 minutes have gone now. And I've just been watching this cat because that was stimulating my mind again. That was getting it back up and running. Because the painting had just literally destroyed my creativity and my mind.
See, I don't mind painting. Play a bit of music and off you go.
I know a lot of people don't. And I think fair play. If you do it and you could do it, that's great. But maybe I've just got, I don't know, whether an overactive mind. I can't. I just stop and I'm like, do you know what? I've hit my limit. I can't do it anymore. I did about half of it.
Oh, you should have employed me. I am an expert painter.
Do you want to come and do it?
Am I being paid?
I'll give you 20 quid.
Oh. Well, as soon as there's money involved, I'll be there in a second.
There is a friend of my mum's who I've had round who's about our age. And she wasn't working at the time, but she was like, come round and I'd give her like 50 quid a room. So she did our spare room. Me and Rose did the first spare room, but then the other one, I was like, I can't be arsed with it because the carpet was there and I didn't want to make a mess on it. The other carpet was shit, so I could make all the mess I wanted. I was like, I'll mess that up. So I paid her to do that room, and it was great, because it just seems silly me painting when I could go to work and pay someone to do it.
Yeah. As you can see by my expert painting in my own house, the downstairs bathroom, absolute perfection.
This red like a brothel.
It's a lovely blue. Just don't look at the ceiling. And the second time I painted though this house, it was much, much better.
Can I just say, the red room that's like a brothel, I only went in for a shit. I came out 100 quid down and an empty set of bollocks. I don't know how.
But no, yeah, the second time I painted in my house, I did it much better. It was almost perfect. It was just where I placed the tape that there was just a little bits.
Right, never mind. I won't ask you.
I don't know. The third time will be even better, and then I can practice on your house, and then when I come back to do mine,
practice. It's not a blank canvas, you little fucker.
When I come back to do a feature wall in my bedroom of a nice light purpley colour, it'll be my fourth time, and I'll be an expert by then.
Well, when I was painting the first spare bedroom, which I did without having to pay anyone off, right? Well, me and Rose did it. It was purple walls, right, and pink carpet. I just thought, who in their right minds paints a wall this colour? Just because I get that they had children, right? It was obviously a child's room. The people who owned it before, and I get that. But
obviously, a blind child, or not. They weren't blind at the start, but by the end, fuck me, they couldn't see anything.
Well, you go into that room and come out feeling pissed. Really, you would. It was a cheap way of getting drunk. But I just sort of thought, if they like the colour purple, get them purple bedding for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
What? Why paint the entire walls? What's wrong with white?
When I was a kid, do you know what the colour of my walls were? Green.
What shade though? Because I'm going for a dark green in my gentleman room.
Oh no, it was like a light green. It was something else.
Why?
I tell you that.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I chose it when I was a kid or anything. But But then when I moved into my room before I left my mum's house, that was like blue walls. That was much more tame.
Do you know the colour that my mum's? Her staircase is.
I'm pretty sure my brother's room was orange. I'm pretty sure it was. I can't quite remember. It was a very long time ago, but I'm pretty sure it was orange.
I hope for his sake it's not.
Brilliant colours.
Maybe those lime green walls that kept you up all night and kept you insane with the luminous paint. That explains your behaviour as an adult now.
Maybe it does.
So my mum's staircase, when you go up them, the steep stairs, and it has a white banister in the middle of it. Well, below that was a dark green, and above it was yellow. Green and yellow walls. Try that one on for size.
Perfect. I would love to paint my walls all like stupid, funky colours, but then I would just have to paint over it again, so I'm not going to do that.
Paint them funky colours, white boy.
I do need to paint a couple of walls. I just can't be bothered.
It's horrible.
Because I'm like, well, they're fine at the moment, so.
But it's one of them jobs, like, even with things like cleaning, right? You get a bit of self-accomplishment, like, oh, it looked like, we had loads of washing on the side. Oh, it looks lovely now. But with painting, like, you finished doing it, you covered in it, you've got to have a bath, you've ruined the carpet, it's fucking mess everywhere. You look back at it and think,
ruin the carpet.
Jesus
Christ, what are you doing?
But just as an example,
I just imagine you've got the tub of paint, you've got your roller, and then what you do is you just dunk it in. You don't have a tray. You just dunk the roller in the tub of paint, get it out. You don't gently get it out. You just fling it out all over the place, and then just start smacking it and just rolling paint all over the fucking place.
So what you're saying is there's a little paddling pool in my spare room of white paint.
Yes. Oh God!
But you just don't get any self-accomplishment. Like, yep, the walls are a different colour now. Like, do you know what I mean?
If it looks nice,
but no, because that really looks nice. The walls are white now.
Well, I think I like painting walls, and I think, ooh, that looks nice.
Well, each to their own. I will have you round soon, and you can do it.
Oh, okay, sure.
But it's just the little things that annoy you in life, isn't it? It's like I made an investment recently, right? And you probably won't believe me. And I haven't told you about this yet. I invested 15 quid. I went on eBay. It's cheap Chinese made, but I'll tell you what, it does a fucking great job, right? One job I hate doing is hoovering. It's a waste of time. No, it's not a waste of time.
You bought one of those fucking things.
It's a waste of time. When you add up all the years you're going to spend hoovering in your life, you just think, it's a job that they sell all these fancy hoovers, don't they? Like, we've got a fancy shark one with anti-hair wrap technology. Fuck that. That you want something to get rid of the job entirely, don't you? In theory.
Well, I don't do the job.
Well, I do every now and then. Sure.
Joking.
I knew you wouldn't say that to her face. But get rid of the job entirely. And I bought one of these robot hoovers. It's fucking...
Sorry, they're fucking dog shit. Mate, they're awful.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I shut the door in the bathroom, lifted up the mat, lifted up the little unit I've got in there, let it go for it for half an hour. Absolutely fucking spotless, mate. Robert does a fantastic job at what he is there for. And do you know what?
You need to give him a powerful name.
Well, no, Robot.
Robert.
But like I was thinking about this earlier. So my nan, her best mate, is a cleaning freak. She's like it's medically something wrong. She's obsessive with cleaning. She hoovers the house 2 or 3 times a day. But apparently, whenever you have a cup of tea at her house and her mugs, you can taste that lemony floor cleaning, like chemical taste.
Bleach.
Literally bleach.
Oh, would you like a cup of tea? Okay. She just, instead of milk, it's just bleach.
She's just rubbing her dead body then. Still not clean.
Tea with some boiled bleach. All bleach with just a bit to sweeten it up. Oh, lovely.
You can clean the mug while you're drinking it. It's really fantastic. But I was thinking earlier, right? So she probably spends, if she hoovers 3 times a day, she probably spends an hour and a half a day cleaning. Right? In fact, I'll tell you what, let's do this properly, shall we? I'm going to get up a calculator. Right? So,
depends how big.
So let's say 1.5 hours a day. She's in her 70s. So let's say she spent 50 years living on her own, right? So times 50 times 365. So she's spent in her... Right, hang on, let's divide that by 60. So she's spent in her life, right? Let's say that for the past 50 years, she's been living with her husband who's now died. So she's doing it even more. Let's say she does it for an hour and a half a day. 456 days of her life she spent hoovering.
That's a lot.
Imagine if you go to heaven and they say, like, right, well, you know, you're up here, Hazel, so it's nice to see you. I'm God. Your husband's been waiting for you. He knew your day was coming soon. So it'd be nice to see him. You see him in a minute. What we're going to do is going to do a quick little review on how your life's been, just to see what your impact on the world. Oh, right, that's nice. Yeah, go on then. Right, so you've spent 456 days doing the hoovering. You spent 219 days washing up. At that point, she must be thinking, fucking hell.
The washing up is essential because otherwise, I hate work. Oh, just any housework.
It is monotonous, isn't it? You'd if there was a method of getting it all like a robot hoover that can jump up the stairs and do the lot, that would be the fucking invention they want to do, innit?
If we basically just have robots, there you go. That do the work for us.
Well, that sort of thing, yeah. It's kind of what I mean. You're thinking of an army, aren't you? You're thinking of making a little army in your back garden, doing drills all day to protect the house,
just
with little chainsaws on their hands. I know that's what you're thinking.
And then they all transform into one massive one. Oh, it'd be brilliant.
Do it. You're raising a feud. But it would be great, wouldn't it? If Dyson came out with a product saying, right, it's a robot hoover, but it's not like what you've ever seen before. It jumps up and does surfaces. It jumps upstairs. Just keep your kids out the way. It'll go in the creases of the settee. It does it all, right? And like they said, 500 quid. But look, you ain't ever got to do the hoovering again. You just fucking leave it. It does every spot. I would be like, I'll tell you what, that is not a bad investment. So then you don't spend 456 days of your life hoovering.
So it would be like the Spider-Man edition of Robert.
Yeah. Hoover man, Hoover man. So that's a bit of a long rant, but I just thought, it'd be just nice to get rid of all that monotonous shit in your life.
Yeah, it would. Though I'd say it's definitely easier, but it's definitely easier than what it would have been like 50 years ago. It would have been a pain in the ass 50 years ago.
But nowadays, you'd think with all the technology they've got, there must be a way. There must be.
Well, it's all right. We won't have time for that when we're fighting on the front lines of Ukraine.
Well, that's very true. That's very true. What a morbid note to end that chapter on.
Right, so I suppose we should move on.
I suppose we should have a little fact off you, should we, George?
Yeah, yeah. Should I? Can I end the recording? I'm going to end the recording.
End it, and then I will play the jingle.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all you bastards present, please remain seated at all times. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle and prepare yourselves for Georgie's Fun Facts.
And that was the jingle for George's Fun Fact. So, George!
Yes, Jack. My esteemed colleague.
What have you got for us today, my friend?
Well, funnily enough, I found this funny little fact, and it it tickled the cockles of my heart.
Okay, and knowing your type of facts, the word cock probably wouldn't be far out of place, would it?
You know what? You're completely wrong.
Really? This
is a fact of normal origins that, funnily enough, Adolf Hitler, back in the heyday, he was actually nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize.
What, before he did all of his things? His atrocities?
But apparently it was meant... the letter of nomination was in 1939, and he meant it... It was meant ironically. And withdrew his nomination.
That makes sense.
It was a Swedish man. Bloody Swedes. Because they had even banned Hitler from accepting awards. They banned him 4 years ago.
They what?
Okay. They banned him 4 years ago from 4 years before 1939. So basically, he wouldn't have been able to accept it anyway.
Right.
It'd be funny though, isn't it, if they did it and then he actually won.
He turned up.
And just as the war machines are rolling into Poland, he's there, accepted his Nobel Peace Prize. That would be funny.
Who's going to be the one to tell him you can't have it when he's got all these tanks waiting outside?
How dare you!
I don't think you want to make an enemy of me today. Well, that was different. Well, no, I didn't know that. Nice one, George.
You're welcome. I thought,
I like a bit of history, Do
you know the shortest war in history lasted 38 minutes?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was when the Sultan of British protected Zanzibar died and a new one took over without British approval.
Oh.
The Brits were not happy. This was back in 1896. Tension escalated when Sultan Khalid bin Barghash refused to step down, but the British warships spent less than 40 minutes bombarding the palace before Khalid fled, marking the very quick end of the Anglo-Zanzibar War.
What was better about that story was how you addressed it. Zanzibar fled!
Very interesting. Actually, interesting. On the subject of war, there are so many wars that I don't know much about. Like the Falklands, I have not a single clue.
No, I don't know a hell of a lot about it, to be honest.
It's something to do with the Argentinians, I believe.
That's right,
and the Falklands and us. Because the Falklands, I say belong to us. I don't know. A British colony.
Well, I know there was a famous soldier over there called Private Richard, who yonked from Goose Green to Port Stanley
Tesco's,
and he took it on his own. Apparently,
10 long years he was there.
10
long years.
Anybody who doesn't know, that's a reference to the television show, a very famous sitcom called Bottom from 1990. 98?
19... Something like that.
Something
One
like
of
that.
them. Something like that. One of them.
It's a great show. Yeah. Oh, well. Got another fact for us? It's different this week. It's very different. It's refreshing.
Did I say that I also went to go see the Jackass film? I can't remember if
Yeah,
I
you
mentioned
did.
that.
Yeah, you said that last week. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. That was very funny.
Yeah, we're still yet to see that.
Yes. The Statue of Liberty used to be a lighthouse, apparently.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Would you? The word clitoris is Greek for divine and goddess-like.
Back to normal, eh, George? Back to normal.
I thought we'd go up to normal, as in normal people, and then just bring it all the way back down to the grungy depths of my mind.
Your standards. Well, no, do you not believe it or not? I had no idea.
Upper Paleolithic
George?
part. Yes.
What's a clitoris?
It's that part of the lady that they like.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember now, of course, because I have obviously seen it. You know,
actually, on yourself. Did you know that there are between 500 to 1,000 deaths per year?
Apologise.
Per year, due to autoerotic asphyxiation. So that's people, strangling themselves for ooh la la times.
How many deaths a year?
500 to 1,000.
For people strangling themselves?
Yeah. Have you never heard of it? Yeah, no, they get off on being strangled.
I've heard of people wanting to be choked, but not are you on about with a rope?
Some people use belts. Some people, I can just be literally, choking from the hands, I suppose. People just go too far.
That's a hell of a one to describe, isn't it?
Some of it could also be that people are masturbating as well. I'm pretty sure there was a famous person who died from masturbating, and he was strangling himself, and he just actually killed himself.
Fucking hell.
From asphyxiation, from doing that.
I mean, very much for each to their own, but fucking hell.
It's a bit weird, but there's
what a way to go.
There's plenty of weird stuff that people do. People are just weird. They just are. Bloody hell.
Yeah, well. I must admit, I didn't know that. I did not know the death rate for that. Who's figured out the death rate for that? Let's just inquire.
It says 500
How many people?
To 1,000 per year. I don't know in what country this is. I would assume in America.
All of them, probably.
All of them. That's not very many.
I mean, any deaths, even one is pretty weird, isn't it?
I'd probably go with this is America. Bunch of weirdos.
Is the website you're on .com?
It is.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean, that's usually how it goes. .com is usually an American site. Am I right?
I don't know. I just .com.co.uk. I don't give a fuck. I'm just looking. I'm just looking. I don't even look at the URL. I'm just facts. That's all I want. Cold, hard, sex facts.
And to that you have delivered. So I congratulate you.
Thank you. It was a lovely
cold, hard, sex facts.
Cold, hard, hardcore, hot and heavy, cold, sex facts.
And how long do you intend on delivering these facts, George?
I'm done now.
I'll give you a clue. 10 years!
Oh, 10. Sorry.
Long
years.
Well, thank you, George, for your fun facts. That's George's fun facts.
This has been George's fun facts.
Tell them to play some, George.
Play that funky tune, White Boy.
Future George, insert jingle here.
Insert jingle now.
Jack's shit. Ladies and gentlemen, stay very comfortable in your seats. Right, George, on a serious note, can you shut the fuck up?
Yeah, sorry, I will.
Apologise. Apologise.
I'm very sorry.
Right. You're welcome to my birthday.
Thank you.
Right, so, ladies and gentlemen...
You know, I promise it won't happen again.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, do not watch this because it's inappropriate. So just, ladies and gentlemen, stay seated and prepare yourselves for Jack's Shit. Jack's Shit is a story time with Jack, where I will recite a story embarrassing George over something true that he has done in real life. And believe me, it's true. So, that was good, that one. A jingle on the spot. So,
that was very long-winded. I almost fell asleep. I'm feeling very drowsy now.
Well, good.
Well, hurry up with the bloody story then.
So, me and George had many phases in our teenage life. And I'm going to give you a story that relates to our, what's known as the nosing around / pissing about phase. So at this point, me and George, I might not have at this point. I think just you had passed your driving test. So we were going around driving. It was a new sense of freedom that you get when you're young. It's a great time.
About right.
Yeah, it was a great time. And me and George started going to the gym, didn't we? We started going to the Anytime Fitness, the 24-hour gym.
Yes.
And we'd been working on that for a couple of years, so we had money. So I don't know why, but we always went about 2 a.m.
Well, yeah, no, it was just, I just liked going late at night. It was
nice because it was empty, and we used to play get the big speakers. We play like wrestling theme tunes. So George would walk in and I'd play Undertaker's theme tune, and he'd walk in as the dead man. And because we had the whole gym to ourselves, it didn't matter.
Oh, I tell you what, it is nice.
I remember you playing that Frankie Valli song, Silhouette, Silhouette, Silhouette. And someone was in. Somebody walked in.
That's a brilliant song.
It was a great song. But anyway,
try to go in the gym early in the morning, and it's not as quiet as it is at night. It's very annoying.
It's great at night. It's great. But me and George, either way, when we'd finish the gym, we used to piss about sometimes. If we were like, I work quite late hours. I imagine you probably did as well. And
yeah,
we used to find stuff to do. So I told you last episode about the story with cutting George's throat accidentally with the fake lightsaber. Well, I bought a proper lightsaber in the end, and we kept doing it. I bought a plastic Hasbro toy lightsaber, Luke Skywalker's, so it's green, as in later on Luke Skywalker, the green lightsaber, and it was awesome. It held up to fight your big thick one, didn't it?
Yeah, just about. And
we had a habit of George's old school went derelict. It was just abandoned, wasn't it? And it was just a building site.
Oh, this was old. This was like primary school.
Yeah, your primary school.
Yeah.
And while it was abandoned, you could quite easily climb the fence. It had a bit of a weak spot, didn't it?
Oh my god, it was so easy.
And we just literally just hopped over and straight in.
Hopped over, had a little nose.
You could almost step in there, couldn't you? It was that easy.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
And you could actually climb on top of the roof and get into the school. And someone had made like a ladder, and it was.
Can't remember what was used to get up onto the roof. I think it was just random crap, wasn't it?
I think it was a little fence, so it was a bit of an awkward fence, and we just jumped on it and got in.
Oh yeah, that sounds right.
I can picture it now. I did take a load of Snapchat videos, but I didn't save them at the time, so it'd have been quite funny to look at them. But we used to get into this school, and we used to it's an old abandoned school. It was creepy as hell. We'd be there at 3-4 in the morning, so it'd be really quite
creepy.
It was really, and do you remember that was that basement bit we'd go down into, and I'd like.
I'll tell you what, though, when we went in there, it did unlock some memories. I was like, oh wow,
did it really?
I remember this place. Yeah, because I remember we were in the main hall. That's where you would have your lunch.
Oh, really?
I think. And I was just, when we were in there, I was like, oh my god, I remember.
It's just weird, isn't it? See, I mean, it was weird for me, and I'd never been in there. And obviously, you'd spent a childhood there.
Yeah.
And I remember there was that really weird basement with a very thin stairway down there that's creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
And you made me go down first because I had the light up lightsaber. I remember you saying to me, like, if there is some crackhead who lives down here, I'll be scared, thinking it's real.
Hopefully he'll shit himself when he sees it and go, I'm not going to mess with that.
Oh, God.
Imagine if we did find someone, though. That'd be so fucking scary.
Oh, my God. I'd shit my fucking pants, mate. I would shit myself.
It'd be that, when you just absolutely feel a heart beating. It'd be like, you can feel it just beating so hard. It's just like, oh, God.
What would our action plan have been? Because obviously you couldn't, it would have been going back up those steep stairs, if I remember correctly.
I'd say ramming.
Ramming?
Ramming. That's always a good tactic. Just charge and ram, go, attack. Full speed ahead. Something like that. No, I don't know. Probably just slowly walk back up the stairs.
But I was in front of you, and it was too thin for us to both be there and make like a shield wall.
Well, it's all right, because you'd be at the front, so I'll just go back up. We'll see, Jack. Bye.
Would you have told me that you're backing up? Like, come on, let's go. Or would you just done it?
No, I'd be like, let's go. Let's back up. Back it up. Don't worry, if he comes near us, I've got him.
Jedis, that would ruin our threatening demeanour.
No, it's a defensive walk away.
A tactical withdrawal.
Yeah, it's a tactical withdrawal.
Withdraw when ready, Commander.
Come back with reinforcements later on.
But if we did get attacked with a knife or something, which could have been possible because it was a warm place to sleep. I mean, if I was homeless, I would go there. So say we got attacked, but we had plastic toilets.
Yeah, but
yours was pretty hard.
We get a couple of good whacks, or I would anyway.
That thing was strong.
That lightsaber is rock solid. It's actually beside my bed. I found it and I just put it beside my bed.
When did you find that and how?
I've always just kept it with me. I don't know why.
Where did you find it though?
It's just gone with me everywhere I've gone. Like every house, just like, oh, I'll put that in there because I like that. I don't know where it was. I just found it. I was like, oh, there it is.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, no, do you want to go get it?
Go and get it then. I genuinely don't believe you. There's no way this is true. Oh, fucking hell. If he's telling the truth, I swear to God, he's a nutter. Please tell me this is a ruse and this is not real and you're not going to pull out a lightsaber.
I'll put the headset back on just so I can hear you. Are you ready?
This is a lie. I hope this is... There it is!
Still as perfect as ever.
I can't fucking believe you've still got that.
Yeah? Of course I have.
I thought it would be one of them. It'd be like in your mum's loft or something.
No, it's literally gone into every house.
Why is that beside the bed?
Well, I found it, so I just I'll just put that there.
I mean, if you're using that for what I think you are, then trust me, I am really shocked.
You know, I forgot how easy it was to hold in your hand. It's quite nice, quite comfy.
That stuff is made. It's made out of solid steel,
out of like indestructible matter.
I can't believe you still have that. That is insane.
That's one thing I actually want to buy. I do want to buy a lightsaber.
Oh, like a really nice one of those ones that get advertised.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh,
they are pretty cool. I'll do that with you one day. But anyways, me and George we'd go and we'd fuck around with our lightsabers, and we'd go in places like abandoned schools. So it was like we could have these fights with lightsabers, and it would be like actually like you're in some kind of film, and it would make quite an ambiance. And it was quite fun, wasn't it? It was a laugh, just exploring places. And anyways, we would do this, and we found this abandoned house in our town. We thought that'd be quite cool to do like a scene in a house where like we're fighting.
I tell you where we should have gone into. Those houses by the train station. No one lives in those, do they?
Oh, they've just started doing them up, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been abandoned. We should have gone in those.
Yeah, they're all like walled off though, weren't they? They were like gated off, I think.
Well, I'm sure we'd have figured out somehow to get in there.
And it's
but
quite central to town, isn't it? So it might have looked a bit like we were breaking in.
Oh, no. Well, what we're going to steal? Some rotten floorboards?
Well, when they see that we're in there with lightsabers, we're like, mate, genuinely, we're just here to fucking have a scrap with the lightsaber.
Don't you bloody well come near. I'll chop you in two.
So anyways, we found this abandoned house because the door was like partially open. We're like, the windows are smashed.
No, not partial. It was ajar.
It was open ajar.
It was ajar.
You wanted to use that word, didn't you?
It was ajar.
And I remember it so fondly. So we thought, right, we'd go in. Oh, this will be interesting. We could do it in an abandoned house. Maybe film it. It'd be quite funny just to look back on in time. And, you know, we are walking in with these lightsabers. We were about, 18 years old. Maybe even younger than that. Maybe 17.
Yeah. I think it was 18.
About that. And we're walking in with these lightsabers. Probably 3 o'clock in the morning.
Drawn as well.
So George had parked up outside this house on its own. We drew them. Well, you drew yours, and we said who's going to go in first because it's a bit scary. Like, so we always used to take it in turns before we knew the place and would return to it. And George said, "Jack, you go first because yours lights up." Because mine had you press the button and it would go and it would light up green, luminous green.
I remember at the bottom of the stairs, you were messing around with it.
So, and George's is just solid plastic, which is it's strong, but it wasn't great for vision.
Yeah, no.
So I start going up. So we stand in the doorway. We get that ajar door. We push it open, and there's loads of fucking letters and stuff on the floor. So obviously someone has lived here, but has abandoned it or whatever.
Because it's one of those. It's not like a house. It's like a house that's been split in two. So it's like you open it up, and it's just stairs straight away.
It was obvious that it was abandoned when no one lived there.
Oh, yeah, no. It was like it was all overgrown and the door was like ajar and it was just shit everywhere.
Yeah, and you could always tell, can't you, when there's shitloads of newspapers and fucking letters on the floor.
And there was no like curtains or anything, so it's just like abandoned.
Yeah. So we were like, right, we'll do that. And George said, right, you go up first. So me and George are both stood cooped up. Like, I think you might have had I don't know if you had your hand on my shoulder behind, but we were in this. Actually, no, sorry. That's wrong. You went first, but used my lightsaber.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah. That was it. Yeah, I went first.
So George went first. He took my lightsaber, and I took George's. So anyway, at the bottom of the stairs, I racked George's saber in the pitch black at this point because we shut the door behind us, so it doesn't look like we're breaking in because we are literally just going in, pissing about, and leaving. And then I said to George, right, rack it. So anyway, George presses the button, and the stairs. That's all that's there. It's just a set of stairs in the pitch black hallway. Lights up green. So anyway, George, we go very slowly, one step at a time. George goes up, one step at a time, squeaking every step as we go up. I'm holding his shoulder. We go very quietly. And I think we're probably giggling and laughing at this point because it's quite funny. Fully grown men going into an abandoned house with lightsabers just to fuck around. We keep going up.
What a stupid
noise!
What a noise!
It's the floorboards I'm doing.
I know. Oh, go on. Sorry.
So we get to about 3 steps away from the top, and George stops. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
George goes, he backs up, he turns round, and I'm like, right, whoa, what's going on? Thinking that he's seen like a fucking badger in there or something. He said, there's a man in there. I was like, who? He's like, it's a man in there. I was like, so he's living in an abandoned house. We're thinking like, right, this guy must be like off his trolley or like, you assume like it's bad, but you do assume like, oh, they're on some kind of drug or something to be living in an abandoned house. Like, because it was freezing cold. It was probably, I think it was winter as well.
Yeah, no, it wasn't very warm.
Because we liked exploring and be like, well, if we went in, do you think that he would be terrified and think it was?
We were thinking, well, if he's high as a kite he just sees this lightsaber just ignite in front of him. He'll just absolutely just crap his pants. He'll be frozen in fear. He'll be like, oh my god, this is it. This is the end.
And I said to George, if we can't go in, because what if he wakes up and we're cornered in there? And George turns around and goes, well, I've got a plan for that. He says, we'll just ram him.
Just ram him. Just ram him. You don't stand a chance.
And at that point, I've been like, right, let's get out of here. Right, we shouldn't be here. So the lightsaber goes down, we get in the car and we leave. Because someone was obviously living there. But I just remember just thinking about it, thinking, what the fuck are we doing?
It's funny.
Just, what are we doing?
I wouldn't mind actually going to some abandoned places again and just having a look around.
I know, because as long as you're not breaking anything or you're just having an explore and you're not on some sort of government land, it's fine. Just having urban exploring is pretty fun, I would say. I mean, I've never really done it, bar that. Have a look on if there's anything near us.
What for exploring?
Yeah, that might be a fun little video to make. Urbex areas.
It will end up turning into Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Or what's that program called? The ones where they go to the houses. They're like, "Hello, is somebody there?" And it's just stupid American, absolutely awful programs where it's so dramatized.
Oh, yes. I know what you're saying. Oh, George, this is a cool looking one. Westbury House.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a proper, mansion house. It's abandoned. Looks like it's an old people's home or something.
What site are you on?
28 days later. Oh, there's an abandoned guitar there. Oh, mate, you could have that.
I'm on a place called Abandoned Places. Or Hotspot. Why is there a abandoned shopping trolley?
George, go on that link, right?
There's an abandoned shopping trolley.
Go on the link I sent you and go down down a few pictures. I think it's probably about maybe 15 pictures. And there is a guitar, an electric guitar, just on a wheelchair.
Oh, yeah, Westbury House. Huh.
Go halfway down the page, and there is a black electric guitar. And I was
All
like,
right.
you could have that.
Chill out.
It's a nice looking guitar.
Bloody hell, look at this. There's loads of stuff in there. Oh, look, a billiards table.
Yeah, I know, there is loads.
Guitar.
There's a Coca-Cola vending machine. Mate, that would be amazing for barbecues.
That'd be worth loads. I'm
Probably
trying to find a guitar.
You'll see it.
Oh, lovely. A lovely basement. Oh. How far down is it? There's the kitchen. There's the outside. The billiards table. Oh, the dumbwaiter. Where?
Just go. I see the scrolling bit on the right. Go halfway down on that.
Ah.
And there's an electric guitar on a wheelchair.
Oh yeah. What? That's mine.
That's mine. Is this actually close to us? We should go and have a look at this, as long as it's still abandoned.
Oh, look at that beautiful coat of arms. Oh. Oh, there's a violin there as well. Ooh, and a piano. Oh, a grand piano.
Oh, you'd love a piano, mate, in the garden.
It would fit perfectly. Oh, there's obviously been a lot of homeless people.
Imagine you ordering a crane to an abandoned place. Yeah, this is my piano. I just need it moved.
Yeah, I own this piano, so just come on, chop. Got to make it quick, though.
Like, imagine you having a grand piano and just using it as a dining room table. It just sits in the corner and never gets used.
Yeah.
Anyway, that might be a potential video for us, George, doing some abandoned place. That might be a laugh.
I would happily do that. I think it'd be a right laugh.
Anyways, we were podcasting. So on that note, that was my story, and that's probably us checking out, isn't it?
That was a lovely story, as always.
We went a bit on a tangent then.
Yeah, sorry, I do apologise.
But
That's
yeah,
your fault. That's your bloody fault.
keep it open. We'll keep chatting about this.
Oh, yeah, no, sure. Fine.
Make some plans. But that guitar is yours, mate.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Much of it was still there after these years of it
lovely.
being posted.
Thank you very much.
Right, and on that note, we'll be signing out.
Yes, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for, joining us for the 6th episode of the Utter BOLLOX podcast.
Mate, we're almost on our first season.
This is ridiculous. It's too much. Too much like work. This is what this... Too much like work. I tell you that much.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'll see them later.
Yeah. Bye!
Bye!